From the Virgil, a production of the A&A Media Group and Consider It Done Productions. Award-winning, aging, and awesome. Here are your hosts, Kai Sisson and Aaron Breen.
Hello and welcome to The Virgil and to Aging and Awesome, a show all about informing, enlightening, and inspiring older people to be active, healthy, and young at heart. Hey, Breen, how was your week?
Oh, it was great. You know what I got to do this week?
What?
I got to go hang out with some horses. And now I'm here to tell you all about it. But it's just the beginning of what we have for you tonight.
Coming up tonight, we meet with our friends at Reno Regenerative Medicine. Dr. Lloyd Decker has a new approach to back and neck pain. George will take on the sport of pickleball, and we all know how much he loves a challenge. And of course, we'll take a spin in Kai's cab.
But first, a group doing equine therapy for children. Lead with Horses uses horses to help children overcome emotional hurdles they face.
And, you know, it's a program that puts seniors to use, helping with the kids and then again with the horses. And those involved say that it works on a lot of levels for those of a lot of ages.
It's a Wednesday morning, and these kids are ready to lead with horses.
Bobo, this way.
It's a therapy program, incorporating horses into education and counseling. Kids as young as 5 take part.
We work a lot on behavioral health. We also work a lot on the big focus on social and emotional learning. So we help children that may be struggling with anxiety or depression, or maybe they're just having a hard time acclimating to a new school. So it's a wide variety of issues that they're facing.
They work out communication, trust, and other emotions with animals who can't actually talk back, but who do seem to understand. Communicating with the animal,
Let's go back now, Bobo.
earning their trust by leading them through obstacle courses fuels trust for other people too, and it gives these kids a sense of accomplishment.
Some of these kids learn to connect with a horse before they learn how to connect with people. And so it's a stepping stone, and they learn a lot of social skills, and they learn how to be comfortable with being uncomfortable, I like to say.
And breath out.
So they learn that all the feels are okay. It's okay to be frustrated sometimes, but how do we express that in a healthy manner? And the horses help them to learn that.
This program uses professional therapists and a lot of volunteers. And those volunteers, they come in all ages.
Our oldest volunteer is 73, and then our youngest volunteer, we actually have 2 peer volunteers that are in high school. So it's all ages.
In fact, it's the volunteers that really keep this program running.
I do stalls, I medicate horses, I maintain the barn, I feed, I make sure everybody has water, and I give little peppermint treats.
You see, these volunteers get as much out of this as the kids do. A sense of accomplishment, a chance to help, a feeling of purpose.
When I retired, I wanted an experience that I felt like I was contributing, and Lead with Horses provides that for me. It allows me to experience community outreach, children, and just an amazing, amazing program.
What do you get out of doing this?
Zen, you know. I walk up to the barn and everything, falls away. You know, the horses have a way of doing that, but the area itself, I mean, this is God's country. You know, Steamboat Valley is beautiful, and this is horse country.
According to the Urban Institute, 6 out of 10 people over the age of 55 in this country volunteer their time to a cause they believe in. They do it to help, to stay connected, and to feel productive. Jean knows her volunteers get a lot out of this experience.
They tell me how much they love coming here, how they've gained new skills from it. They're very inspired by the work. Oftentimes they start in a program and then they're like, what else can I do? And so they move to working with the horses or helping behind the scenes more. And so I think they gain just a sense of community and just a sense of peace from being here with the horses.
I've always worked with kids. I've had many different ways of working with kids, but I love it.
If you want a volunteer position where you feel like when you leave the property that you've done something amazing, this is the volunteer position for you.
And you know, you can see that commitment on their faces, the kids and the horses.
What a great program, Breen, helping a lot of people of all ages.
You know it is. And if you are interested in getting some help or offering it as a volunteer or maybe making a donation, you can find all of that information at agingandawesome.com.
Thank you so much, Breen. Now don't you go anywhere because there's a lot still to come tonight.
If you've been considering pickleball or just wonder exactly what it is, George will show us how it works and where to play. And if back and neck pain ail you, Dr. Decker with Reno Regenerative Medicine has a new approach with no drugs or surgery. But first, we reconvene with Aaron Breen. That's me! In just 90 seconds. Stay with us.
Hello, I'm Dr. Tammy from the TMJ and Sleep Therapy Center of Reno. There are so many issues you might be experiencing, from jaw pain and headaches to snoring, sleepiness, and difficulty concentrating. We are the only TMJ specialists in Northern Nevada providing comprehensive TMJ and sleep apnea treatment. We're proud to offer same-day imaging to get you on a path toward relief from your symptoms. Our non-surgical TMJ treatments will help you breathe, sleep, heal, and most importantly, live better. Call to make your appointment today.
I thought there was nothing people could do about scams until I found Better Business Bureau's Scam Tracker website. There, I learned about scams in my area.
I lost a lot of money.
And I shared my story, too. I was offered an online work-from-home job. I spent all this money on course training materials, but there was no job. So be careful.
Thanks for sharing that.
You're welcome. Better Business Bureau. Start with trust.
Eden Home Health is Northern Nevada's highest-rated home health for quality of patient care. You have a choice. Ask your doctor for the best in-home health care, Eden Home Health. And Eden Hospice. The personalized care team at Eden Hospice is dedicated to focusing on your loved one's quality of life during a difficult time. Eden Hospice's mission is to ensure dignity for every patient. Find out how Eden Hospice can help your family by calling 841-6123.
Hello there. This latest trip to Ireland was great. My friend Paula and I met up in Dublin and we set out for a few weeks of traveling. Now, my daughter's very best friend, Maddie, she met up with us because she was over in London, so why not? So 2 old ladies and a millennial. We set out and we had our sights set on adventure. Now, since traveling as 3 was kind of a last-minute move, we had to rebook a lot of the rooms. As we were trying to get rooms that had 3 beds in them or get adjoining rooms, we had to make sure there was room for all of us. And while Paula, she was looking into the reservations on her phone, and I was doing all I could to just keep us on the road driving, Maddie, the millennial, she took over. We'd be chatting about where we wanted to stay or about how much this museum was going to cost or about how far it was to actually get to Cork City, and every time it would be ding in the back seat, Maddie would miraculously say, "Got it, all booked." She was amazing. When we tried to sit down and split up costs for rooms or food, she'd just go nuts on the phone for a couple of minutes, and then ding, she'd have the answer. She was faster at booking the train tickets than I was, and I lived there for 3 years. She was amazing, and it became our mantra. You're looking for an answer? Look for a millennial. Now, different generations, but a lot of the same interests. We played chess together, we had tea in a castle, we explored, we relaxed, we really did have a blast. Maddie was tolerant of her older traveling companions, and she was full of all the answers. She knew how to figure out things that Paula and I labored over. She just did it in a second. And then it came time to put Maddie on a bus in Dublin, heading back to the airport and her trip back to London. And Paula had tears in her eyes. "Why are you sad?" I asked her. "This couldn't have gone better. It was great." She said, "I'm going to miss our little Millenial." Now who's going to help us figure things out? We're just two old ladies, and we're probably going to get lost. Well, you know what? We didn't, because we put those Millennial lessons to good use. Thank you, Maddie. However, I do think that if you're traveling and if you can do it, pack a Millennial. It pays off in more ways than one. For Aging and Awesome, I'm Erin Breen.
Reconvene with Erin Breen is presented by the Medicare Store. The Medicare Store offers free, unbiased personal Medicare advice. Visit theMedicareStore.com to find a location near you.
Life is story. Pages of amazing adventure and narrow escapes. Bold steps taken, races run, chapters on love and hard lessons and new beginnings. Your life, your legacy, our privilege to serve. Morningstar Senior Living.
For homeowners insurance and property taxes, there's a reverse mortgage. To replace that aging car or take that long anticipated vacation, there's a reverse mortgage. For peace of mind, that's priceless, but a reverse mortgage can help. I'm Tom McDonald, a reverse mortgage expert with Mutual of Omaha here in Reno. Call me at 878-8887 today to learn if a reverse mortgage can provide all this for you.
Aging and Awesome is presented by the Trust Masters. If you own a home, you need a trust. It's what protects your assets after you're gone. Without a trust, those assets can be subjected to probate and take years to settle and cost you tens of thousands of dollars. The Trust Masters are here to help. They are not a legal firm, but a licensed and bonded legal documents preparation company, which means they are your affordable solution. Log on to trustmasters.com and register for a free workshop today. Living trusts. Don't leave Earth without one.
If you're 64 or 65 and newly eligible for Medicare, you only have a few months to enroll, or you may incur a late enrollment penalty. By understanding Medicare now, you'll have time to get a full picture of the choices that are right for you. Join experts from Senior Care Plus for a free ABCs of Medicare seminar to learn about Medicare and the options available to you. Sign up at seniorcareplus.com or call 775-982-3158 today.
Welcome back to Aging and Awesome. We are joining you from South Reno tonight, where we're at Reno Regenerative Medicine, and we are talking with Dr. Lloyd Decker. Thanks for joining us again.
Good to be here.
You know, back and neck pain are problems for people of all ages.
A lot of people have back and neck pain.
How do you know when it's serious enough you need to come in and actually be checked out, or just wake up with a stiff neck, you know?
It really depends on how fast you want it to go away. Because if you have neck pain, that's a symptom that something's wrong. And you know, it's like, what's the first symptom of a heart attack?
Doesn't your heart hurt?
A heart attack.
Oh.
So, you know, symptoms are usually the last thing to show up. So if you have neck pain, that usually means something's wrong in there. And you should get it checked out, because you don't have to live like that.
Right, but you said if there's radiating pain, if there's like complications to it.
Well, sure, if you've had neck pain for a while, it might get so bad that you have tingling down your arms or something like that. And that's real bad, because that means you have, you know, a nerve problem in your neck or your low back. And that you should get it looked at right away so it doesn't get worse.
And back pain is one of those things that people end up on opioids with.
Unfortunately, yeah, it's the #1 reason people get prescribed opioids.
Yeah, and so they need to be careful of that, because you treat it differently without any kind of drugs, really.
That's right. You know, we're an integrated medical clinic, and we do not prescribe opioids. You know, our mission is to get people their health back without drugs and surgery. That's what we're all about.
So what do you do that's different?
We try to create the ideal environment in people's bodies for them to heal, whether it's their back or their knee or whatever. With necks and backs, we do spinal decompression, we can do injections, we can do chiropractic, and all these things help to get people their function back and get out of pain so they can do the stuff they like to do.
Are they instantaneous? You come in and have your spine decompressed and it's better, or are these ongoing treatments?
I wish it was instantaneous, but it's not. Decompression and, you know, chiropractic, they're working with your body so that it actually heals and that it actually functions. And that takes, in most cases, about 1 to 3 months.
So you mentioned spinal decompression. What exactly is that? Stretching your spine out?
It is. Spinal decompression is an awesome modality where we can do the neck or we can do the low back. And what it comes down to is, we have discs in our spine and they don't have a big blood supply. So when they get injured, they kind of dry out, they get compressed, then you get disc bulges and herniations and all that nasty stuff. What spinal decompression does is it helps the discs kind of pump in water, nutrients, oxygen that allows that tissue to heal. And that's really important because when you get that inflammation out, it can stop irritating the nerves that are giving that sciatic pain or the pain down the arms. So it works really well and our patients love it.
It's not a one-time thing.
It's not a one-time thing, but it's not a forever thing either. But we want patients to do decompression for long enough so that we help them heal and that their condition isn't going to go back the way it was, because we want to get all that oxygen, water, and nutrients into the disc so it can heal.
And then how do we get a hold of you if we want to get some help?
The best way to get a hold of us is to go to our website, renoregen.com, or you can give us a call.
Thank you so very much for joining us.
Thanks for having me.
Dr. Lloyd Decker with Reno Regenerative Medicine.
Closed captioning for Aging and Awesome is brought to you by...
At Reno Eye Institute, you'll get the attention you deserve from a doctor who cares.
I came to Dr. Freeman because I needed cataract surgery. I needed it on both eyes, and Dr. Freeman was one of the few who could get me in right away. He cares about me, and I love him for that. I can't say enough as to how well he takes care of you.
At Reno Eye Institute, our focus is you.
Now accepting new patients. Call Reno Eye Institute today at 451-7268.
Hey, welcome to the Max Center here in Carson City for some pickleball. For those of you who don't know what pickleball is, don't feel alone because I don't either. So we're going to take a lesson on how to play pickleball. It's one of the fastest growing senior sports around. It's great for cardio, great for movement, and more important than any of it, it's the social factor of joining a program that has so much passion with all its competitors. So stay tuned, we're going to learn some pickleball. We're going to try some pickleball here, and I'm not going to lie to you. I got a little anxious going about it. I'm a little nervous. There's some anxiety. But then you know what? Anytime we start something new, we're going to feel nervous and anxious and have some anxiety about it. So what do? You jump in, get through it, and move on and enjoy this great group of people here for some pickleball today at the Max Center.
72-year-old Dave Whitefield is a USA Pickleball Association ambassador.
We're going to try a little exercise and see what kind of coordination you have. So we're going to do this with with the ball. I want you to take the ball and just pop it. See how you do. Give you a feel for the paddle. Come down. There you go. There you go. All right. Yay. Good job.
And now for a little warm-up. Pickleballers call it dinking.
So I just drop it and hit it?
There you go.
Have I mentioned how much fun this is?
While dinking, Dave reminded me the importance of safety, even in pickleball.
Whenever you're playing this game, because the ball can ricochet off your paddle, it can ricochet off your partner's paddle, so I want you to put those on before we get going.
So it's really nice to see that one of the first things we talk about is safety. As we do get older, we tend to be a little more concerned about getting injured.
We're going to teach you to serve.
Okay.
And once we do that, we'll be ready to start a game.
Cool. Start a game, like real game?
Yeah.
Like for points?
Yes, for points. The serve has to be an upward motion.
Okay.
So it's underhand, not like tennis. You can't come overhand on the serve. You got to come under the ball. And the highest point of your paddle can't be above your wrist. Good. Great first serve. If you can do that every time, you can play the game.
I can dink, I can serve, now I'm ready to play.
George!
Okay, I'm ready.
What are you doing?
I'm ready.
Oh no, it went by us too.
It went by already?
Yeah, we missed that. Good job.
I feel like I'm getting the hang of this. I got to know some of the other pickleball players, including one of my opponents, Dave Oliver. You wouldn't know it by his incredible athleticism on the pickleball court, but Dave's health is far from perfect. He recently battled leukemia.
And one of the things they told me through that whole process is move every day. Get up and do, regardless of what you feel like, keep moving.
His comeback was truly incredible. A later diagnosis of graft versus host disease made him unable to play most of 2019. But today?
So blessed just to have survived that.
Well, you have every excuse in the world to sit down and say, I don't want to do this.
Well,
but you have the drive and motivation in you to come out here and say, you know what? I have a beautiful day out. I'm going to use it to my advantage. You, young man, are quite the inspiration. Well, thanks, Dave, for what a great instructional, great event. This pickleball, I think I can get hooked on this. No, I know I'm hooked on this.
Yeah, it's you have to be careful. This is an addictive sport.
It's another one of those great sports for seniors that you have the ability to come out here and just get started in the basic entry level and just kind of go on cruise and learn the basics of the game. And once you do that, then you can start picking up the pace if you so desire. And what a great social event. Everybody here has been arms open, and I feel like I've been part of this community for quite a bit already. So once again, thanks, buddy. Can't wait to see you on the courts.
Thank you very much.
Living at Lakeside Manor, an independent senior living community in the heart of Reno, means pleasure for the residents and peace of mind for their families. Rooms are available now, starting at $17.50 a month. Take a tour of Lakeside Manor today.
Erin Breen here. If you have Medicare, you already know that good health care starts with choosing the right Medicare plan. That's why I'm here at the Medicare store, where they offer free, unbiased, personal Medicare advice. So come by or visit themedicarestore.com.
Hablamos español.
Aging and Awesome is proudly presented by Reno Regenerative Medicine. Do you experience joint stiffness, tingling, burning, numbness, back or neck pain? Have you been told drugs and surgery are your only options? Reno Regenerative Medicine empowers patients to heal naturally, avoid unnecessary drugs and surgeries, and get to the root cause of your pain. Reno Regenerative Medicine, located in South Reno and in Sparks, is ready to evaluate and help alleviate your pain so you can get back to doing what you love. Call family-owned Reno Regenerative Medicine at 775-218-9236.
Thinking about moving or downsizing? You should meet my good friend Marsha Rambo with Realty One Group Eminence. With over 35 years experience and specializing in helping older people. If you're looking for a home that better fits your lifestyle, Marsha is the right person for you.
Thanks, Joe. I'm Marsha Rambo, and I'm a realtor. I'll help you find the right home at any stage of your life. Whether you're considering selling your home or making a purchase, give me a call at 775-395-9133. Together, we'll make a plan that will best work for you.
Call Marsha today and tell her I sent you.
At Reno Eye Institute, you'll get the attention you deserve from a doctor who cares.
I came in to see Dr. Freeman at Reno Eye Institute because I was able to get in and see him right away, and that was very important to me. From the moment I met Dr. Freeman, I felt that he really cared about me. He cared about my eyes and cared about me as a person.
At Reno Eye Institute, our focus is you.
Now accepting new patients. Call Reno Eye Institute today at 451-7268.
Hello, hello, hello. Welcome back to Aging and Awesome. We're here in my cab, which is always a fun time, and I'm just so appreciative to all the people that are brave enough to get aboard. And today we have Mr. Brian Lloyd. Brian, how are you today?
Doing good. We're going to Lake Tahoe, right?
That would be like you'd have to get 100 questions right, you know, to get there and back. But yeah, Brian, no, thank you so much for coming on the show, and it's been fun to get to know you and your willingness to come on the cab, because we do ask medium to hard questions here. Are you ready?
Yes, sir.
Do you know the rules?
No, what are the rules?
Get 3 out of 4 questions right today, sir, and you will be the winner of a fantastic prize. Chocolate!
Yeah, my color.
Yes, sir. Let's get going here. First question for Brian. What's the largest bone in the human body? A, spine, B, tibia, C, fibia, or D, femur?
I always get screwed up with those E's. I'm going to go, so I'm confused. I'll go femur.
Femur, D, that is correct. Woo. I know, yeah, it was kind of tricky in there, but you got it right. Good job. Question number 2. Which country produces the most coffee in the world? A, Canada, B, Brazil, C, Ethiopia, or D, Venezuela?
I'm going to go with Brazil.
Brazil, most coffee in the world, that's correct. Okay, you're doing all right, but here we go. Make it or break it. Are you ready?
Yes, sir.
Question number 3. Who sang the song My Way? A, Beyonce. B,
She gets it her way.
yeah, there you go. B, Frank Sinatra. C, Patti LaBelle. Or D, the Beatles.
Oh, God. They're all fun. Hey, Mr. Sinatra.
Frank Sinatra is correct. Brian, congratulations. Can we hear some My Way? Do you know the words?
No, I don't know. I only know Chinese, and the Chinese version you don't understand.
Oh, well, you did so great today, sir. Thank you so much for playing. I love to ask everybody in the cab. You got 15 seconds to tell the world anything you want, inspirational, anything. What do you got?
It sure would be nice on a hot day like this if more people would chill.
More people
Just
would chill.
Chill out. It's hard. Times are tough. They're challenging. Somebody once told me, when times are tough and it's chaotic, can you keep your mind clear and stoop behind stout walls? And it was like about how to protect yourself and to keep your mind clear so you can make good decisions.
Well said. Brian, you are welcome back anytime. Thank you so much for playing Kai's Cab. You have a great day, sir.
Thank you.
Kai's Cab is presented by Senior Care Plus, the only Nevada-based not-for-profit Medicare Advantage plan serving Washoe County and Carson City. Senior Care Plus, for the healthiest reasons.
Coming up next week, we're going to meet a man who travels a lot to help other people. Dr. Keith Brown is a veteran, he's a retired doctor, and he is a dedicated volunteer helping women around the world, people around the world. We're going to have his story next week on Aging and Awesome.
Which brings us to this week's Something to Celebrate.
And if you like bluegrass music, we've got just the event for you. The 36th Annual Northern Nevada Bluegrass Festival is going on this weekend at Bowers Mansion. We're going to be doing a bigger story on these musicians in just a few weeks, but didn't want you to miss out on their annual show. And the Northern Nevada Humane Society's duck race is next weekend, too. Adopting a duck helps save a shelter pet's life. That's next Saturday at Wingfield Park. It's a fun family day for people of all ages and a great way to help the community, which is also something to celebrate.
We're about out of time. We do want to thank The Virgil, our music man, Colin Ross, and all of you for joining us here and for tuning in. And a big thank you to our community stakeholders who make Aging and Awesome possible. Thank you to
Trustmasters,
the Medicare Store,
the Better Business Bureau,
Eden Hospice and Eden Home Health,
Tom McDonald, Mutual of Omaha Reverse Mortgages,
Morningstar Senior Living of Sparks,
Reno Regenerative Medicine,
Lakeside Manor,
Marcia Rambeau with Realty One Group Eminence, Reno Eye Institute,
the TMJ and Sleep Therapy Center of Reno, and Senior Care Plus. We'll see you right back here next week. Bye-bye.